So getting into the topic for what we are going to cover as part of the cost of quality, this is just a quick background. I will take you in the context of why we are doing this and what we are going to cover as part of the program. So we have already covered profit leadership, inventory cost, we have covered material cost, we have covered the manufacturing cost, which also included the administrative related. So what remains is this cost of poor quality, which is what we are going to start as part of this session, the curtain raiser. So if you really see across across the ages, human evolution has always gone towards trying to do things better, doing things faster and other things. And the last 100 years, I would say, has been transformational. So if you really see the 18th century discoveries, which have been breakthrough in nature, I think in the current scenario situation, we are talking about internet, we are talking about artificial intelligence, we are talking about industry 4.0, and those are the discoveries or improvements, inventions, blockchain, and more of these technologies which are coming up in the current situation. When we look at it from a quality perspective, if you really see in the transportation world, which is where a lot of the quality systems were built, right from how the spacecraft is being made. If you look at it and you look at the complexity of making something as complex as an airplane or a spacecraft, you would realize that the level of quality which they have to build into their products would be far higher than what we need in our day-to-day white goods or even in our household plastic goods which are there. So the level of complexity continues to increase as we go higher in this chain, but the quality levels also are much higher. You cannot afford to have a low quality aircraft, or you could not have a low quality, that chance is not possible. So that means that there is something in the system which is being done which ensures that quality is delivered. Now we are trying to bring those learnings from those industries into our industry. So if you really see the x-axis, the y-axis here is actually showing the number of defects which are happening in a million opportunities. DPMO stands for defects per million opportunities, which we will be covering as part of the course of the cost of poor quality. So if you see the different industries, right from consumer plastics till commercial aircraft, the defect levels keep decreasing as we go from 1 sigma level to a 7 sigma or 8 sigma. Today, aircraft industry, space industry work at 8 or 9 sigma, because you cannot even have a chance of having a failure in a takeoff or in a landing and other things. So they need to have very, very high level of quality in their products, and you have to ensure that it is right. And as rightly said, if you look at the number of components which go into making these products, as you go from left to right, the average number of components are significantly higher. So that means that there is systems available, there are processes available, which will ensure that you can deliver quality. Now, while we could always argue that there may not be a need for this quality, what we are saying is there is a loss which happens because of this poor quality, loss to image, loss to industry, and that loss is what we are looking to curtail. And given the challenges which we are faced with, every penny saved is a penny earned. So that's the focus of this particular program. So India has, of course, transformed from monopoly industry to completely getting Atmanirbhar, where the focus is, and where we are talking about we need to now start challenging the Chinese quality or the good quality which is there. And though they have gone ahead in terms of technology and other things, I think if we take the actions today, it will reap a lot of benefit as we go ahead. And that's what NC was mentioning in his talk, that this is an opportune time for us to invest in our systems, invest in our processes, such that we are able to at least achieve what they have achieved when industries are looking to invest in India. So which is right, customer first or profit first, right? So this has been a dilemma for most entrepreneurs. And what the quality gurus have stated always is that if you want to really deliver value to customers, you focus on three things. One is the speed at which you deliver, which means that you should deliver it on time, in full. That becomes one focus area. You provide the goods right first time. You don't have to do rework, you don't have to do rejects, and that comes from the defect-free focus. So the defect-free focus and the Six Sigma program, which is there, this primarily focus on ensuring that it is delivered right first time. So this becomes the focus area for the COPQ program. We have already covered the speed part as part of our manufacturing program, which we did in the module 2, where we covered these systems 2 and 3, inventory and lean. And the last but not the least, which I think will happen in the upcoming programs, where we are going to talk about total employee involvement through certain HR interventions and HR programs, which we can do. So that becomes the other element. So one is the process side, one is the people, and the speed side. So the focus of COPQ, we have already covered this part. This is going to be covered in the future, and this becomes the focus area for this particular program. Now, when we talk about COPQ, what we will start with is trying to understand how do we measure the cost of poor quality, what all goes into the measurement. A lot of times, what you value is what you measure, right? So when you see something which is money going down the drain, once you realize the value which is there in terms of the cost of poor quality, that's when we would start to act on it. A lot of time what happens in industry is you don't realize that this is the cost of poor quality and what is the repercussion of that. Once you start putting the value in terms of money terms, in terms of the cost of poor quality, that's when you will start to improvise it. So we are going to look at what all contributes to the cost of poor quality, be it the appraisal cost or prevention cost, which means that what systems you have in the organizations which allow you to, you might be doing inspection, 100% inspection might be done. You might be doing a lot of testing which would be done. So these are costs which will ensure good quality. And then there is cost of poor quality, which is in terms of failures, in terms of your reworks, in terms of your rejections and returns, which comes back from the customers. So when we look at the total cost which is going to be there, as we do the improvement program, the cost of poor quality, as it comes down, your total cost will keep coming down and your profits would go up. So that's the essence. So first we will try to understand and estimate where is our total cost of poor quality, where are we today, put a baseline to that. In this process of doing this and the data collected from the previous programs, we will be trying to understand that what is the cost of warranty, what is the cost of rejections. These things are something which are very visible, but there may be a lot of invisible elements which we will also try to focus on in terms of, let's say, expediting cost or premium shipments or unsafe workspace and late deliveries which happen. So these are all things which we will focus on in terms of trying to identify the cost of the poor quality. Now, once we have identified all this, we will talk about how to solve these problems. Now, typically in the industry, two of the most prominent which is used in the across the globe, two methods is Lean and Six Sigma. Now, in Lean, we have already covered that the goal is to improve the lead time, improve the focus on the whole system, and focus on cost, capacity, and quality. The focus is on efficient operations, right? So this we have covered already as part of the Lean system design. But when we are talking about Six Sigma, we are primarily focused only on improving quality. We are going to take your individual processes, be it extrusion, be it injection molding, blow molding, whatever process where the rejections, rework initiate or the yield is low, we will look at that, how to improve the process and focus on cost, capacity, productivity. Focus will be on variation as compared to flow, which we have seen. So the variation in the process which happens is what we will try to reduce it, so that your end result, which is the end product, will be consistent every time. So the robustness of the product is what we will focus on and try to deliver right first time every time. That becomes the goal of Six Sigma as we are talking about it. So the COPQ program focus is going to be this. So having identified the costs of poor quality, what we would do is dive deep into the Six Sigma methodology itself, and how to implement Six Sigma will be covered as part of the program. So we will be covering the content equivalent to a yellow belt program, a yellow belt certification. So in Six Sigma, we have different levels of certifications which are available, wherein you can go from a simple problem solving to a very complex problem solving method. So we will be starting with the simple problem solving method, help you to understand how to apply it in very layman's language, so that we will try to simplify the whole approach and deliver the results. So the program itself, if you are going to see, is going to cover the tools and techniques for applying and optimizing cost of poor quality. We will understand cost of poor quality and how to measure it. We will be deep diving into the Six Sigma approach of problem solving and identifying how to select projects. Usually there have been companies where this has failed only because they have selected wrong projects and tried to apply Six Sigma as a method. So we always say that when a carpenter comes to your home, there are different tools in his box, right? He doesn't use a hammer to put a screw, he uses a screwdriver, right? So like that, Lean, Six Sigma, TOC, there are so many tools, but which tool do you apply for what kind of projects? And that becomes one of the key areas where a lot of organizations fail to take focus. Hence, in SSA's own curriculum, we also have a R phase as part of our methodology, which is recognized phase, which is how to identify a project and then solve the project in the DMAIC approach to achieve the results. So the course itself will focus on the yellow belt content, project selection methods. We will be talking about basic statistical tools for analysis. We will be doing certain hands-on exercises. We will be giving you the templates where you will be collecting data and presenting in terms of what would be the values which you are gathering. And we will be giving a key task scheduler also, which will cover how do you do continuous improvement within your companies using this template. So we will be guiding you through one or two projects, whatever you may select, where we will help facilitate the actual doing of the projects. Plus, we will talk on the change management part and the support. How do you drive support for such programs in your organizations as you go ahead? So that becomes the content area where we will focus on. And if you really see, the lecture is of 9 hours and support. This program is planned to start on 9th December through 23rd. So as you can see that we have the lectures, and what we have on the alternate days is something which is the data review session and support session, which we will offer, trying to support in terms of giving you action, saying that as part of the theory, we will also give you very prescriptive what needs to be done, and that data will be reviewed and supported through our consultants to ensure that how you are selecting a project, how you are solving the problem, and how you are going to do that, and give you direction till you at least identify the solution which can be later implemented by yourself. That becomes the goal of the COPQ optimization program. So that's where I will be the lead faculty in this program. Kushal, one of our colleagues, will be the co-faculty, and there will be certification, and we will be doing a test also in this particular program. And once you do all the elements of this particular program, which is the training, the attendance in the support sessions, and do the activity of collecting data and doing the solutions and passing the exam, the certificate will be given. So that's the plan for the COPQ certification program.